Today, let's take a look at this 2021 Ram 1500 Laramie, courtesy of Yark Automotive Group, just showing over 15,000 miles, listed for the live market price of $43,000. Yark Automotive specializes in bringing a live market price to be sure that you, the customer, are getting the fairest market deal for what you're interested in. We also specialize in bringing a full Carfax report that can be found on the listing site that will be listed in the description. This truck has a clean Carfax report. This is a one-owner truck and there have been no damage or accidents reported. So let's go ahead and get started. The exterior color is known as billet silver metallic and it's finished over a black interior. See, we are riding on 20-inch polished wheels. We're also riding on Bridgestone HL all-season tires. This is the E-Torque model. So under the hood is a 5.7 liter HEMI V8 that puts out 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque, and has a little bit of a small hybrid assist with the E-Torque system to give you more max torque off the line. This is a handsome truck. This is a full crew cab with a 5'7" box. Beautiful wheels, it matches the color well. Chrome rear bumper, and of course, signature HEMI trucks have these chrome exhaust tips. Tailgate is easy to sit down. We can see that we do not have a bed liner, but you can also get one dropped in if you like. Especially prefer that, because if you're going to be using this truck for work, then a bed liner is much needed. Here we can see we have 4 hooks all around the bed. It's held up. It's in great shape too. It's almost as if it's never been used. Truck is in great condition. No dings, no dents, no scratches, nothing. Whistle clean truck, showing just over 15,000 miles. We have these chrome mirror caps. We have privacy glass at the back. Speaking of the back, let's go ahead and hop in, because this truck takes away from it being a truck and turns into a limousine. I'm 6 foot and I sit perfectly comfortable with room to spare, and these seats are so incredibly cushy and comfortable. You also have these all-season floor mats. Right over here we can see that we have 2 USB-Cs along with a USB port. We do not have rear climate control, but we have a 110 power outlet down there. We have climate control vents and 2 cup holders for the rear passengers. And we have 2 more cup holders in the back right here, along with a small storage cubby for this rear console. Very neat. You sink right into these seats. This does not have the air ride suspension system, but it has heavy duty springs, but you can't even tell it has heavy duty springs because the seats are so comfortable. This is one of the most comfortable trucks you can buy today. And look at the space in this cab. You can almost kind of stand up in this cab. Plenty of legroom. And the seats also recline forward and backward. Oh, you feel like you're sitting in the lap of luxury. Chrysler did a fantastic job making this truck as comfortable as possible. Let's go ahead and check out the cockpit. Up front, we can see that this is leather appointed through and through. We have a nice leather wrapped wheel with brushed aluminum trim. Excellent fit and finish. Nice wood paneling on the doors, along with mixed brushed aluminum. We have some leather here, leather up here. Some hard materials, but it's durable. We have an Alpine sound system all around. It's a beautiful cockpit. We have this massive 12-inch display screen. It takes me back to when I owned my Ram that had a 12-inch display screen, and I miss it. So, with what you're getting for your money, this truck is definitely worth it in terms of the cockpit and amenities. Starting over here, we have the automatic lights along with the dimming light controls for the gauges, power windows and locks, and mirrors galore. Mirrors are heated, and they also have an automatic dimmer. You can see up there we have different bug eye mirrors in either mirror to assist with blind spots. Coming over here, we have the controls for the center screen, all configurable. We have different phone controls there. We have a really modern Ram logo, rough and tough. We have cruise control. We do not have adaptive cruise. If we had adaptive cruise, it would be right there, but we have traditional cruise control. We have our rotary shift knob, aluminum touch. A lot of people don't like the shift knob, but it's really not that bad to live with. 4-wheel drive control, 4-wheel drive auto, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive high, 4-wheel drive low, and we also have auto start stop. Here we have our volume buttons and our tune buttons. We have our climate control buttons on the side of this gigantic screen. We do not have options right there. We do have our hazards right there. Up here we have a 12-volt DC, along with more storage for a phone mount. A phone mount can go perfectly right there. And here we have our media controls for the heated, vented seats, heated wheel, mirror dimmers. We have a backup camera, crystal clear. Heated seats and vented seats for the passengers as well. Uconnect apps, we have climate control system here. Of course, we have all the physical buttons, so if something happened to this, we'd still have control of them right here. Navigation system with Uconnect 5. Crystal clear and responsive. One of the best systems you can get in the business. Coming down here, we have our traction control and our tow mode. Down here, we have spaces for a phone. We have a 110 outlet at the bottom down there. We have this slidable cubby. Plenty of space here with 2 cup holders, a change pocket, or anything else you'd like to put in there. We have a decent sized storage cubby that's long and wide. We have a USB port right there to open up to find an even deeper storage cubby down here. Ram really was not messing around. They knew what to do when they said, let's make this truck plenty capable and practical. And speaking of practical, we have all of these different kind of math, numbers, and ergonomics, and things like that. Pythagorean theorem. That just shows that if you thought you were going to escape your math class, you'd be wrong. I probably should have listened to my math teacher. But everything in here is customizable. You can slide this back, slide it forward, all configurable. And down there we can see we have a little Easter egg of all of the history of the Ram truck. The nice cargo pocket there. Comfortable, usable, versatile, and capable. That's what this truck is all about. This is a beautiful interior, one of the best interiors in the business. Blows Ford out of the water and completely annihilates what Chevrolet is doing right now. Not a ton of hard materials. Everything here is quaint, luxurious. This is a reasonably equipped truck. If you wanted something more, you get a limited. But for what this is, it's a bargain for what you're going to pay for. Let's go ahead and get this truck out on the road. Starting off in a more rustic setting where a lot of Rams might find themselves. This is the truck for the foreman. If you want a reasonably equipped truck for a great price, look no further than this Laramie. Absorbing a ton of rough terrain and bumps. I'm still plenty comfortable in here. The AC is ice cold. It's a livable cabin. It's a nice place to be. What else is nice is the V8 power. We now unleash it with a little bit of wheel spin there. This thing gets up and moves like it's nobody's business. There's no weight over the rear axle, so that means this thing can go, and go it will. 0 to 60 takes around 6.1 seconds, which for a big truck like this one is seriously impressive. It's kind of funny because you will spin the tires when you leave a curb or a light, even the slightest touch on the accelerator, and you're already going to trip the wheels. And I find that really funny, but it's definitely fun. But it will get up and hook up and go when you want it to. You really can't beat HEMI power. But sitting here at a light, plenty comfortable. AC is ice cold. You can't even hear the engine running. I'm seriously impressed. Hence why I used to own one, and hence why I still wish to this day that we never sold it. Smooth shifting from the 8-speed. Not a lot of hesitation. Almost no hesitation at all. Quiet, comfortable. We have MDS, so that's going to be multi-displacement. So what that's going to do is it's going to cut down to 4 cylinders to save fuel. It's doing that right now. The brakes feel responsive and strong. Smooth as it brings us to a stop. The visibility is great. It's also great on the highway because you have those bug mirrors in the top left and right in each mirror. So it really helps with blind spot. You do not have blind spot assistance. You don't have lane keep assist or lane departure warning, but definitely something to do without, because you have these gigantic mirrors and they help a ton. Definitely wide. These mirrors make this truck feel like a baby moose, because it's always a running joke that, you know, Rams with the tow mirrors that look like moose. So this one is definitely a baby moose because it makes this truck feel quite wide. But you sit up high, you have dominance over everybody else around you. You can run anybody off the road because you're driving a Ram. Obviously don't run anyone off the road, but you're driving a Ram, so you get into an accident, you're never gonna know. So we kind of glide into this corner. The by-wire steering makes this kind of a light steering feel, light and engaging. There's no connection to an actual steering column, but you definitely have plenty of road feedback coming through the steering wheel, which is exactly what you want in a big truck like this. Not even really on the gas. That's about a quarter throttle. Up to speed, no problem. Quietly and effortlessly. On the highway, there is some wind and road noise. Primarily, there's a lot of wind noise, not a ton of road noise from the tires, but that's okay. You can easily tune it out. It's not the end of the world, but it's somewhat noticeable. On the brakes, barely even touching them, bringing us down to a stop. Smooth. Smooth as butter. As we kind of bring it into the roundabout to test its cornering ability. Get out of the way. I have dominance. Throwing it around. A little bit of tire squeal there. Not adaptable for cornering, but it can take an evasive maneuver just fine. The by-wire steering makes this an engaging experience, but it's definitely not suited for anything like the Nürburgrings. You can hear that tire squeal, and we're back on the highway. Kick down, easy. Dusting that little Hyundai right behind us. Get off my tail. Kick down power is good. God, you can never get enough of that Hemi. You never can get enough of a 5.7 liter HEMI V8. It helps make this truck what it is. And what it is phenomenal. Still at higher speed like that, we were up at 80 miles an hour, which I probably shouldn't have been doing, but we're just doing that to test the acceleration. But nonetheless, it's still comfortable, it's smooth, and it's quiet. These trucks have more power than you might think. So as always, if you like this vehicle or you like this video, be sure to check us out at Yark Automotive Group. That's yarkauto.com, where you can find hundreds of certified pre-owned and new vehicles. We specialize in providing a live market price to be sure that you are getting the fairest deal for what you're buying, along with a full Carfax report that will be linked in the description below. And always remember, at Yark Automotive, we've got just what you're looking for.